Welcome back to Old School Sports and our Out of the Park Baseball 24 playthrough of the defending world champion Buffalo Wings. And we have finally made it to opening day of this 2035 season. Quite honestly, the Buffalo Wings don't look incredibly different than they did a year ago, especially with the fact we're going to be playing a left-handed pitcher today. So one of our big new additions, the left-handed hitting outfielder James Wood, who's going to be in center field for us against right-handed pitching, won't be in the starting lineup today. We also won't see Walt Miller because holdover Andres Medina is going to be our starting catcher against left-handed pitching. And then the third significant addition to our lineup this year, Marcelo Meyer, who we brought back in the final year of his contract with Nashville, is out with a herniated disc, unsurprisingly. So a very good chance, or some chance, that we will see Wood pinch hit at some point here at opening day. Miller, given that Medina is better defensively, we may need to wait until tomorrow to see. But looking forward to seeing what this team can do. We ran through the preseason predictions in our last episode, and our Buffalo Wings are projected to win a Major League Best 99 games, which would put us in a good position to potentially repeat. So hopefully that prediction will come true. We ended up going 16-8 in the preseason. Not that that's incredibly important, but feeling like outside of Meyer, the team is healthy and ready to go. I touched on the few additions that we made to our everyday players. Quite honestly, with our pitching staff, there's no real material additions whatsoever. The only potential change is that Isidro Ochoa is going to once again get a chance to be our number 5 starter. He ended up spending some of last year down in AAA after he lost his job in the rotation and ultimately lost his job on the roster when we added some talent closer to the trade deadline that helped propel us to a World Series title. But other than that, all of the pitchers are familiar, and most of the everyday players should be familiar as well. So we'll see if we can get the season off to a good start against a tough Pittsburgh Pirates team and a very tough pitcher in Jamie Hayes. The left-hander is a 3-time Cy Young Award winner. Last year was the first time in 4 seasons that he did not win the Cy Young Award. That said, he was still 13-5 with a 3.87 ERA, 252 strikeouts, and a 5.3 WAR. So we are going to have a real good test here on opening day against Pittsburgh. We're going to have one of our co-aces on the mound as well, Alexis Barajas, who we picked up in that huge trade with Miami last July. He was somewhat disappointing in the regular season for us, 5-4 with a 4.48 ERA. But did end up going 3-1 in the playoffs, and most importantly, was the winning pitcher with a solid 6-inning performance in Game 7 of the World Series against the Toronto Blue Jays, helping our Buffalo Wings earn their first World Series title. So it should be a great pitching matchup here on opening day between the Buffalo Wings and the Pittsburgh Pirates. And taking a look at our starting lineup against left-handed pitchers, Seifu at second, the young center fielder Tim Gaglia in center, Tyreek Hardage, another young center fielder, in left batting third, the DH World Series MVP Shamar Jenneret in the cleanup spot, Mike Heiner first base, number 5, Joe Edwards third base, number 6, Tim Hull at shortstop batting 7th, Jace Barofin making his return to the Buffalo Wings after 4 years away in New York will be playing right field batting 8th, and Andres Medina will be batting 9th and catching for us. As we mentioned, Barajas on the mound against Hayes. That is one of the few matchups in the lineup where the Pittsburgh Pirates are better than we are. So, as I said, should be a good challenge for our team against one of the top pitchers in the league in Jamie Hayes. And we will get this 2035 season underway with Deshaun Seifu swinging away against Jamie Hayes at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And Seifu draws a walk to start things off. Their catcher, Jim Town, doesn't have a particularly good arm. You know what that means. We're not even going to fool around. We're going to go right for it with Seifu. And he holds it first after a fastball, ball one. We'll have Gaglia take another pitch here. 2-0 count now, and we are going to now run again with Seifu. Takes a strike over the inside corner. Seifu's still not liking things. We're going to keep trying to get that runner into scoring position. And the count 3-1 now. So at this point, we'll hit and run. Strike two swinging, but Seifu easily jogs into second without a throw with his first steal of the year. So we've got the runner in scoring position. Full count on Gaglia now against the difficult Hayes. And Gaglia goes down looking. So the youngster Tyreek Hardage up now with a runner in scoring position. Full count, and Hardage goes down swinging. Jamie Hayes is a tough one. Shamar Jenneret now up. First at-bat of the season for our cleanup hitter. And Jenneret strikes out as well. So after the opening walk, 3 straight strikeouts by Jamie Hayes. Head to the bottom of the first. No score. Barajas on the mound. Mike Wilson leading off for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Barajas strikes him out. Barajas now going after Chris King. Strikes him out. So both pitchers are dealing here in the first. Can Barajas completely answer by striking out the side? He's up against a tough lefty in Max Clark. And Clark grounds it down to first. So a 1, 2, and 3 inning for Pittsburgh in the bottom of the first. Mike Heiner now leading off here in the top of the second against Jamie Hayes. He strikes out also, so 4 straight strikeouts for Hayes. Joe Edwards up now. Edwards with a little dribbler in front of first, or in front of the catcher, thrown out at first. And Tim Hull now up with 2 outs. Full count on Hull. And he goes down swinging as well. So 5 strikeouts over the first 2 innings from Jamie Hayes. Barajas now going after the cleanup hitter, Frank Herrera. Full count on him. And Barajas strikes him out. So these 2 pitchers are dealing here on opening day. Going after against former Buffalo wing Jordan Westberg now. Struck him out. And now going after Ellis Cuevas with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And he struck him out as well. So 5 strikeouts from each pitcher through the first 2 innings. The Aces are dealing. 40 pitches already by Jamie Hayes. Takes a lot of pitches to generate those strikeouts. Jace Barofin up now. And Barofin gives it a ride to center field. Legging it into second base. And a double for Jace Barofin in his first at-bat back with the Buffalo Wings after 4 seasons away. As we talked about at the end of the last episode, Barofin was our insurance policy. We ended up being able to sign Wood, which could ultimately mean when Marcelo Meyer is back and healthy that we've got an interesting decision to make with Barofin. But good to see him productive in his first at-bat back in Pittsburgh. He is, for those of you who have been following us, and was the first-round draft choice in Pittsburgh franchise history. Take a look at what he's done over the course, or in Buffalo franchise history. We're playing in Pittsburgh. Had a real solid career for us in Buffalo before kind of tailing off his last few years with the team. Nice start to his career, though. He really enjoyed playing in New York with that short left field porch. He was in the final year of a $6 million contract. The Yankees were just looking to get rid of him. for not too much in return. Got them to retain a good chunk of it. And he's got a leadoff double for us here. And the number 9 hitter, Andres Medina, up against Jamie Hayes. If there's ever an at-bat that seems like a strikeout, this is probably it. Medina actually made contact, popped it up to the second baseman, first out of the inning. And now Seifu, who led off the game with a walk up here in the top of the third. And Seifu drives it out to right center field with a stand-up double. Barofin scores on the play, so an RBI single for Deshaun Seifu. Tim Gaglia now up, runner still in scoring position for the good guys. And Gaglia goes the opposite way down to right field. Another double, so the third double of the inning for the Buffalo Wings. And we've now got a 2-0 lead on the Pirates and their ace, Jamie Hayes. Tyreek Hardage now up, still only one out, runner in scoring position, and Gaglia on second. And Hardage strikes out. 6th strikeout of the day for Jamie Hayes, who's now thrown 55 pitches. See if the cleanup man, Shamar Jenneret, can do anything. And he draws a full count walk. Continue racking up the pitch count on Jamie Hayes, which is good. Mike Heiner now up with runners on first and second. And Heiner grounds it out to short, takes the ball himself to second base to end the inning. But 2 runs on 3 doubles for the Buffalo Wings. Why do I keep wanting to call us the Pittsburgh Pirates? And we've got a lead as we head to the bottom of the third. See if Barajas can give us another 1-2-3 inning and get our bats right back out there. Strikes out Town, so the 6th strikeout of the day for Barajas, matching his counterpart for Pittsburgh. And he's now ahead with his 7th strikeout of the day. So Barajas is dealing today, going after the number 9 hitter, Jeremy Harris. Hits it to short. Easy play over to first. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Buffalo ahead 2-0 as we head to the top of the 4th. Joe Edwards leading off here in the top of the 4th against Jamie Hayes, who's now thrown 63 pitches, has struck out those 6 in 3 innings, and has now struck out 7. Tim Hull up now, the shortstop. Flies out to left center field. 2 away for Jace Barofin. And Barofin crushes that one the opposite way to left field. So Jace Barofin must have heard us talking about the fact that we think his roster spot could be in jeopardy when Marcelo Meyer is back and healthy, because Barofin has a double and a home run now here in his return to the Buffalo Wings lineup. Andres Medina now up with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Medina grounds it to short. Oh, looks like an error there by the first baseman. Goes to second on the error. So a runner in scoring position now with Seifu up. We'll see if he can come through with a 2-out hit. No, he cannot, but he does draw a walk to put runners on first and second. Seifu not going anywhere with the very slow Andres Medina in front of him, but Gaglia gets a chance now. 77 pitches for Hayes, so at least we're making him work. Hard to imagine they're going to get more than 5 innings out of him. And Gaglia grounds it down to second for the final out of the inning. But Buffalo adds another run. They're up 3-0 on the home run by Jace Barofin. And Alexis Barajas has had a great start for us. 44 pitches, 3 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts so far. Back against the top of the order with Mike Wilson leading off for Pittsburgh here in the 4th. And he grounds it down to third, 1 away with the throw to first. Going after Chris King now, the number 2 hitter. Strikes him out, number 8 for Mr. Barajas, and now going after Max Clark here with 2 outs. And Clark finally with the first hit of the day for Pittsburgh with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And now facing the cleanup man, Frank Herrera. And 2 hits in a row after a very strong start to the day by Mr. Barajas. They're sending the runner, and that is a 2-out run-scoring double from the cleanup hitter. So the Wings still ahead 3-1. Hopefully can get Jordan Westberg right here to get out of the inning. And he grounds it down to short, make the play. So 1 run on the first 2 hits of the day for Pittsburgh. Buffalo up 3-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. Jamie Hayes, 78 pitches into the game, going against Tyreek Hardage. And Hardage grounds that one down to third. First out of the inning made with the throw over to Westberg. Shamar Jenneret now up. And Jenneret draws a walk. So Hayes has been a bit wild. He has struck out the 7, but he has also walked 4 today in addition to giving up 4 hits. Mike Heiner now up with Jenneret on first. And Heiner blasts that one into the right field bleachers. Left-handed hitting Heiner with his first home run of the year. 2-run shot off of Jamie Hayes. So Buffalo doing everything they can to ensure that Jamie Hayes isn't going to win another Cy Young Award this year. And they finally made the call to the pen for the left-handed pitcher Mike Hamm. Joe Edwards going against him here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. And Joe Edwards flies out to left for the 2nd out of the inning. Tim Hull now up. Hull goes down looking to end the inning. But another 2 runs for Buffalo here. We scored runs in 3 straight innings, taking a 5-1 lead to the bottom of the 5th. Barajas has thrown 63 pitches, just kind of getting into the yellow range from the green range. Would love to get him 1 more inning here to ensure that he's in line for the W, but probably won't push him too far here on opening day, going after Ellis Cuevas, the number 6 hitter here. And he walked him to start the inning. We'll go ahead and pitch to Jim Town here. And Town singles to right field. So runners on first and third now with nobody out. Facing the number 8 hitter, the shortstop Sam Price. We're going to go back to double play depth, see if maybe we can trade 2 outs for a run here. And we've got it to 6-4-3. We did set up the double play. Willing to give up the run with a 5-1 lead, and the bases are now clear with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Barajas now going after the number 6 hitter, Jeremy Harris. And Harris does keep the inning going with a single to right field. 80 pitches now from Barajas. Hopefully can get the right-handed hitting leadoff guy Wilson here, get out of the 5th, and get into the bullpen. And Barajas finishes up well, strikes out the last hitter he's going to face for his 9th strikeout of the day. Mike Hamm now on for his 2nd inning of work, although he didn't get a full inning last time, I don't believe. Yeah, 2/3 of an inning for Hamm. Jace Barofin leading off a double and a homer in his return to the Buffalo lineup. And Barofin goes yard again. So Barofin, the former Buffalo phenom, a monster game in his first game back in a Buffalo Wings uniform. Double and 2 home runs here on opening day. Andres Medina, the catcher, now against Hamm. Medina gives that one a ride to center field. He is slow, but even with Medina being slow, that one is a stand-up double for Andres Medina. Deshaun Seifu now leading off with a runner in scoring position, And Seifu draws another walk, this one intentional. So they're putting Seifu on to set up the double play, potential double play with Tim Gaglia. We'll see whether they pay for that or not. Gaglia grounds at 4-6-3, so well played by Pittsburgh. Medina moves to third, but there are now 2 outs. Tyreek Hardage up. And Hardage with a hot shot down to first. And infield hit for Hardage. They don't make the play. It looks like the first baseman should have maybe just run over to first, but he waited for the pitcher. He didn't get there in time. So an infield RBI single for the young center fielder, Tyreek Hardage. And that puts Jenneret up here with a 7-2 lead. Jenneret grounds it down to short for the final out of the inning. But another good inning for Buffalo. 2 runs on 3 hits, including the home run by Jace Barofin. Head to the bottom of the 6th, Buffalo 7, Pittsburgh 2 here on opening day. And we've got a couple lefties and a switch hitter up. So we are going to make a call to the bullpen. Barajas threw 85 pitches on opening day, was pretty sharp. 4 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, 2 earned runs allowed. Not going to push him too far with the 7-2 lead. So we will make the call to the bullpen. And I don't know why I'm looking at Pittsburgh substitutions. I want to make Buffalo substitutions, even though I am technically the commissioner, I guess, or have commissioner powers, so that's why I can do that, but not interested in that. We will go to Juan Veliz and let the young lefty come on here, going up against the left-handed hitting Chris King, the number 2 hitter. And Veliz gets him on a strikeout. And now he's going to go after the number 3 hitter, another lefty, and Max Clark. And Clark pops that one to center field, 2 away. Gaglia makes the play. And now the cleanup hitter, the switch hitting third baseman, Frank Herrera, up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And he gives that one a ride to left field. Herrera, first home run of the year, made Veliz pay, and the score is now 7-3 Buffalo. Jordan Westberg up now. We'll see if Veliz can get us out of this inning. And he strikes out Westberg. So 1 run on the solo shot for Pittsburgh, 7-3 Buffalo as we head to the top of the 7th. The lefty Mike Hamm still on the mound, thrown 21 pitches. Giving up 3 hits, 2 earned runs in an inning and 2/3, but looks like they're trying to save the bullpen a bit, and he's not too worn out yet after just 21 pitches. Would love to get a right-handed pitcher in for Pittsburgh just so we can use some of the bats who are on our bench and get them their first at-bats of the season against a righty. But Heiner against Hamm right now. And Heiner flies out to right for the first out of the inning. Joe Edwards up now with 1 away. He strikes out. And the young shortstop, Tim Hullup, draws a walk from the lefty. So we get a 2-out base runner for Jace Barofin. I don't think there's any logical substitution. Why do I keep clicking on Pittsburgh substitutions? I think that I'm Pittsburgh for some reason. I guess we could pinch hit the young catcher, Walt Miller, to get him his first at-bat. Feels a bit disingenuous with Barofin off to a monster start in his return to Buffalo, as we talked about, with a double and a pair of solo home runs to not give him a chance here. And Barofin is having a monstrous game. A 2-run home run with 2 outs for Jace Barofin. So an incredible return to the Buffalo lineup for Jace Barofin. 4 for 4 today, 3 home runs and a double. And they go to another lefty, Mike Phillips, now on for Pittsburgh. We'll let Medina swing away here. and Medina grounds it to second for the final out of the inning. So 9-3 Buffalo lead as we head to the 7th inning stretch. And with a switch hitter and a bunch of righties coming up, we're gonna give our bullpen a little bit of exercise. Let these guys get the first day jitters out of the way if they still have any as professional ball players. We're gonna go to the excellent right-hander Yohani Varejo, who's really tough against right-handed pitchers, right-handed batters, going up against the switch-hitting Cuevas first, but then righties after that. And Cuevas dumps a single over Deshaun Seifu's head to lead off the inning. Jim Town now up, and we'll see what Varejo can do with him. Town 5-4-3. Grounds into the double play, 2 away here, and now Varejo going against Sam Price with 2 outs. And he strikes him out. So only 3 batters faced by Varejo. Mike Phillips on the mound now. Deshaun Seifu leading off here in the top of the 8th inning. Seifu with a little dribbler to first. 1 away. Tim Gaglia, the center fielder, now up against Phillips. And he grounds it out to short. 6-3, 2 away. And Hardage up now. 2 outs. And Tyreek Hardage strikes out to end the inning. So Varejo's still on the mound here facing the number 9 hitter. He's thrown just 12 pitches so far, so we're going to let him go here in the bottom of the 8th, at least for a little while. And he coaxes a pop-up to short center field, 1 away, going up against Mike Wilson right now. And he allowed a walk there, so a runner on base. We've got some lefties coming up, so we are going to go back to the bullpen and bring in Matthew Wenzel, the lefty specialist. Hopefully he can get those next couple of batters for us. And they are pinch hitting for their number 2 hitter, bringing in Juan Barancho. So we'll see if Wenzel can get the righty. And he cannot. Barancho drives that one to the gap in left center field. That's going to score the run. Barancho run-scoring double and moves to third on the throw. So 9-4, Buffalo still ahead. We're going to let Wenzel pitch to Max Clark here, lefty-on-lefty matchup. Hopefully he can at least get the second out of the inning. Grounds it 4-3. The run does score, so it's 9-5 now. Wenzel will let him face one more batter here, likely Frank Herrera, and he struck him out. So 2 runs for Pittsburgh. We're still up 9-5 though as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Shamar Jenneret leading off against Mike Phillips. And Jenneret with a little flare to right field for a single. Mike Heiner up with the runner on first base. And we'll let Heiner hit away here against Phillips. And Heiner flies out to right for the first out of the inning. Joe Edwards now up against Phillips. And he draws a walk. So runners on first and second here in the top of the 9th. Tim Hull up. See if he can come through with a big hit for us. Grounds it to short, 6-4-3. And that is it for Buffalo here in the top of the 9th. So a 9-5 lead for the Buffalo Wings as we head to the bottom of the 9th. We are going to make another call to the bullpen. Bring on the veteran, Hayden Yinger. Give Mr. Yinger his first action of the season. And we're also going to think about making some defensive changes we will actually try to make one move to tighten up our defense overall. And the move we're going to do is we're going to bring in Steve Anderson for Joe Edwards, who is our third baseman, but Anderson is actually going to play short. We are going to slide Tim Hull to second, and we are going to move Mr. Seifu to third base. That should tighten up our defense a bit in the infield. And we'll see if Yinger can get us to the victory number 1 of the season. 2-2 count. And a leadoff single for Jordan Westberg. So it looks like it may be a leadoff double, actually. So rolls past Gaglia, and Westberg with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 9th. Ellis Cuevas up now. And Cuevas flies out to right field for the first out of the inning. Barofin makes the play. Jim Town, the catcher, now up with 1 away and a runner on second. Town somehow Yinger stabbed at that one. It was a line shot that the pitcher made the play, and Westberg did stay on second, so he wasn't picked off, or at least hustled back there. So 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 9th. We'll see if we can get the shortstop Sam Price to finish things off. Sam Price grounds it to our shortstop, 6-3. The game is over. So the Buffalo Wings, 9-5 winners on opening day behind a very good pitching performance from Alexis Barajas and that 3 home run and 4 extra base hit performance from Jace Barofin in his return to the lineup. So quick look at the box score here. Barofin 4 for 4, 4 runs scored, 4 ribbies, 3 home runs, and the double, a monster game for him. Other than that, there wasn't a ton of offense, just a single hit from Medina, Seifu, Gaglia, Hardage, Jenneret, and Heiner. But fortunately for us, in addition to the 3 home runs from Barofin, a lot of those hits that we did have were doubles. In addition to the double from Barofin, Seifu, Gaglia, and Medina with doubles. And, of course, Heiner also hit that 2-run homer for us. So a lot of extra base hits. Seifu with his first stolen base of the season as he tries to lead the National League in steals for an 8th consecutive season. Barajas with the solid performance. Actually, all 3 of the next relievers who came in gave up earned runs, but Yinger ultimately had a relatively clean 9th inning for us, just allowing the leadoff hit. Barofin set the Buffalo regular season game record with 3 home runs in his return to the Buffalo lineup. So a nice performance here for Buffalo on opening day. Monster game from Jace Barofin in his first game back. As I mentioned, when I think about this lineup, we are a little outfielder heavy. Barofin was thinking his roster spot could absolutely be in jeopardy. He is the only left-handed hitter we have right now who's not going to be a regular player against right-handed pitching because Barofin happens to have pretty even, or actually perfectly even, splits between facing left-handed and right-handed pitching. And he did a heck of a job against the lefties today, that's for sure. Probably the best game he'll ever have in his career, and he's had some good ones in the past. But as I mentioned, felt like Barofin's roster spot could be in jeopardy. But given that neither Hardage or Gaglia is starting against right-handed pitching, I believe they both still have options. 2 option years left for Gaglia, and Mr. Hardage also has 2 option years left. So we could put one of them down in AAA if we decided we wanted to keep Barofin when Marcelo Meyer is finally healthy. I don't really know another move that we'd want to make. We've got to have our 2 catchers, Heiner, Seifu, Edwards, Anderson, Hull. Their roster spots are all safe. Bolig, Jenneret, James Wood. Not doing anything with those guys. So it would either be seeing if Barofin might accept an assignment to AAA, which he probably would refuse, or sending down one of the young center fielders who aren't going to be playing every day to potentially make room for Marcelo Meyer when he's ready. But seems like a pretty high-class problem to have. Excellent start to our title defense for Buffalo with a 9-5 victory here on opening day 2035. And we will dig in deep to the season and the first couple months of the season most likely, and find out what we do end up doing with Meyer, Barofin, and the young center fielders in our next episode, assuming that Marcelo Meyer does get healthy in the time frame that is anticipated. With a wrecked player like him who's in his 30s, you never know, but hopefully he'll be back soon and we'll have an interesting decision to make. Until then, thanks so much for watching and hope you have a great day.